Hi, YouTube people.
Was that an accent?
No.
Oh. What's up, guys? So, holiday survival guide. We actually just picked the name of these right when we sit down.
There's no thought put into them, really.
But what's some holiday survival tips?
Making your own goodies and bringing them with you.
Yeah, make some of your own stuff.
Even if just you carry some cookies in a Ziploc bag in your purse.
Yep. Eat the veggie tray. I know at my family's house there's usually a veggie tray, some meat, and then a lot of desserts, which you can't really eat. So bring your own dessert. Bring some cookies. Cookies are good because you can just have one or two. Everyone can try some of them.
I think that's the toughest part about it, right?
What?
Just the desserts.
Oh, and this is not our cat. This is my sister. She's visiting. She has a little kitten. His name's Arnie.
Julius loves Arnie.
He's so cute.
You can make our eggnog.
Yeah, focus on family and activities. That's a good one too. It doesn't have to all be about food. Except we usually make it about food. But it
usually is about food. That's the thing.
Expect some goodies this spring from me. Mushrooms galore.
Ooh.
Says Dad Squatch.
Who is that? You a mushroom person?
I think he forages for mushrooms.
That's cool.
Philly represent. Go Eagles. Did they win today? They already clinched the playoffs, I think.
Host the holiday so you can control the menu. That's a good, it seems like a lot of stress to take on, but definitely a good option.
Hey, do you guys play WoW? That game turned me into a naval history nerd.
Like a belly button history nerd?
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft.
You didn't get
all the time. No, I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Like a belly button history, naval.
Oh, okay. I get it. Awesome podcast today. Oh yeah, today our podcast came out with Danny Vega. I did think it was a really good one. Me
too. I agreed. I really enjoyed editing it because it really rejuvenated the fire within me to just go out and make some changes for myself because I've been kind of in a rut. And
me too, a little bit. I've been playing a lot of video games.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough to do day to day. So listening to something like that or doing something like going to the gym just really gets you fired up.
I think it was since the 21-day challenge of really being focused on one thing for so long.
It takes a toll.
Yeah, it takes a toll.
What's your weight now?
Today my weight was 196-ish, so that's down 4.6 pounds from my high from the 4K 21-day challenge.
We can do a recap now.
Yeah, we're going to do a recap soon. A lot of people were like, is it going to be easy for you to go back to just eating not 4,000 calories a day? And it was actually very easy. I actually barely ate the first day or two because I wasn't hungry at all. And just the last day or two, I've been pretty hungry again. So back to normal.
Did you guys watch the new Star Wars? No, but Matt's sister just saw it, with her friend, so we're gonna ask her and see how it was.
What recipe of yours should I try first?
Are you just starting out? Because I wouldn't go and say I don't know, actually.
Butter chicken, a lot of people like. Indian food.
Yeah.
My mustache is really unpleasant right now, too. Sorry, guys.
I have hives. But I feel like our naan's a good one if you have husk powder because you can make sandwiches out of that. And I feel like sandwiches are something that I really miss.
Or just a keto bread is good.
Keto bread. Oh, I forgot we had bread.
What carbs are allowed? I'm on day 3 in keto and I eat 0 carbs. I'm curious. So mostly carbs from veggies like, broccoli, cauliflower, salads, avocado, things like that. Some nuts.
Yeah. A lot of people will get carbs from bars that have soluble corn fiber. They have fiber supplements in them. Fiber with the supplements.
She's asking about carbs, not fiber though.
Yeah, but that plays into your total carbs.
Yeah.
So, I would stay away from those just starting out.
Love you too. What do you think of cardio? I've heard high intensity interval training is the best way to stay in shape. Well, I guess it kind of depends what your goals are. If you're trying to stay in cardiovascular shape, then yeah, you're going to want to do some cardio. High intensity is probably a good version of that. If you're just trying to look good, high intensity is probably decent, but just going in the gym and lifting weights is probably your best bet. Probably some kind of mixture of those is optimal. Do some high intensity some days, heavy weights some days. It's really just about your goals though.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got here? Onions and carrots are always trying to screw me over. Why is that?
You can definitely eat those in moderation. I used to eat carrots. Like, we used to get the bags because Julius loved them and I'd eat them.
He does love them.
Onions are my favorite vegetable. I don't eat them really at all anymore, but I was. Just track it all.
I just made some keto fudge. Do you do refeed days? If so, why or why not? We have a video that covers this. But no, we don't. We've done them before, so you can try them if you want. But like it just really like interferes with the diet a lot. It doesn't really add any benefit. A lot of people say it does. I haven't found that to be the case. Like, it resets things. I don't think you need to reset things. The longer you go and the more like committed to keto you are, the better it works for you. So I don't really want to mess with that, even though we mess with it all the time when we do these experiments. So we're probably going to take it easy on those for a while.
And for me, at least, I know my mental, like, knowing yourself is very important when it comes to, like, changing your eating lifestyle. And I know that, like, if I wanted or I felt like I needed a carb up, it would kind of just be me, like, wanting to eat carbs and pass the buck off to, like, name it something that it's really not. So, I mean, if you're doing it with reason behind it and you find that's the way to go, then go for it. Just know
try
yourself.
things out. Do you mind high protein on a carnivore keto diet? It doesn't have to be high protein. We don't really do that high of protein. We do like the standard like 0.6 to 0.8 grams per pound of lean body mass.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe it matters a little bit less when you're trying to do more carnivore diet, the protein fat ratio, because that kind of just like takes care of itself. I don't know, like you're just eating natural things like you would have been eating thousands of years ago. Greetings from Peru.
Just had a major cheat day. Any advice for getting over it? Matt always says it starts with the next meal. So, I mean, getting over it mentally versus physically is very different. Mentally, I mean, I think it happened. You just move on. Physically, I guess if you, like, it depends on how bad you really feel. Like, I feel like exogenous ketones a little in your coffee could help. Or just, getting right back on track.
Yeah, I think you just need to... So, like, one thing I know that helps me is if you're kind of like, after you have a cheat day, you want to fast for a long time or something, to the point where you get really hungry again, and then you have less willpower.
Right.
Like, when you're not starving, hungry, like a lot of times when you're doing intermittent fasting, you are that right before you eat, you have way more control over your decisions. So, like, never letting yourself get to the point of being starving is one thing you can try doing, just like eating more frequently, eating bigger meals, and just eating before you're ever like actually starving hungry.
What are your two favorite desserts for the holiday season going to my parents want to prepare?
I like the one that just came out today.
Snowball cookies.
Snowball cookies.
And I like olive oil cake. And those are two very different options to give your friends and family.
Can you have a cheat day on keto? You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
It's not good to do. I mean, you're cheating yourself.
Yeah, it depends on your goals and what the purpose of the cheat day is, how you feel mentally, physically. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and it just...
Cheat days are going to impact you more than they would on other diets.
Right, and sometimes it's hard to overcome your temptations, but you just got to be stronger than them.
But boyfriend's birthday is in a few days. He wants meatloaf. Any recipe ideas?
Ooh.
Yeah, we actually have one in our cookbook, but I'll give you the secret. Hemp hearts is we tested a bunch of different things, and hemp hearts is the best. So if you do like for every pound of ground beef, I would do like 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts instead of you would have breadcrumbs traditionally. Try that.
Do you guys get stockings for each other? No, I didn't grow up at all doing like a traditional Christmas, so stockings had never been a part of it, and Matt doesn't really bring much to the table in terms of spirit in Christmas because he's like very much the Grinch.
What have you eaten today? Today we actually did this for the first time. We just had egg yolks. We didn't have the whites.
Egg yolks.
We had like some breakfast sausage and egg yolks and some cheese. And then we just had spare ribs.
Beef ribs and pork ribs. We made both. And the consensus is pork ribs are much better.
Way better.
But I think the beef ribs had more flavor. Maybe we just didn't season the pork ribs enough.
Have you been checking your blood levels since finishing the 4,000 calorie challenge? I have, but there's been a few mix-ups in that because the tester was like messing up a few days.
Janky.
But on average, my ketones have just been substantially higher, blood glucose much lower, and I think that's just because of the volume of food.
Is your sis keto? She was actually been doing the carnivore diet for like 4 days, 4 to 5 days.
Is it possible to make a pizza dough with yeast? Yeah, I think it is. I've worked on some bread recipes using yeast. What you have to do is...
They're amazing.
So you can either just use yeast for the flavoring if you want to go that route, or you can use like a teaspoon or even like a teaspoon. I was using maple syrup, so that's going to add some sugar to it, but the yeast theoretically is going to eat through most of that to activate the yeast, because yeast needs sugar to like, I don't know, like grow or whatever. And then you can use it in your dough. So try that, just like a little pinch of sugar or maple syrup.
Grinch sees the consumer as an Xmas, I bet. Yeah. Matt thinks it's all about, like, every single holiday, he's like, cards are stupid, gifts are stupid, holidays are stupid, weddings are stupid.
I don't say that.
Tear down the government. Just kidding.
Why does drinking on keto hit me so hard? Kind of drunk, so I just need to start my 12 steps. Kind of a drunk. It's because you have just less water, so you
definitely hydrate between drinks.
Yeah, drunkenness is a dehydration thing, right?
Yeah, and like lack of absorption.
So like you have less water in your body, then you're drinking alcohol. The alcohol to water ratio is just higher when you're drinking. And you're not, so and like you have low electrolytes and stuff.
The glycogen depletion.
Yeah. If you have excess body fat, you don't need to eat until it's gone, LOL.
Can you please tell me how you guys make jowl bacon? I found it at Wally World, as you suggested. Love the word jowl.
Just like normal.
Yeah, you can cook it like bacon. We just cut it up and cook it, and then like we add stuff in once it's pretty crispy, and then you can just absorb all that fat. So good.
Could you do a video for people who have been on keto for a while to remind us of what is important and recommit and inspire us to continue?
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we need that ourselves, so maybe doing the video and being forced to think about it would help.
Mm-hmm.
Bonjour!
What would you say to somebody saying that animal products and dairy cause heart attacks? Well, so all of the studies that say animal products cause heart attacks are, in standard American dieters. And we have a podcast with Sean Baker, and there's one coming soon with Amber O'Hearn, who touch on these topics. Basically, like, for the past 50 years, the government has been saying, meat is bad, basically. Meat causes heart attacks. So that's already there. And then the people making the decision to go against the government and actually eat meat, they're a certain demographic of people, probably the type of people that are just going to be smoking cigarettes.
We villainized meat, and so we villainize the people who eat meat.
Not even that. What? So if the government says meat is bad, and then you go and eat meat, what kind of person are you generally? You're generally the kind of person who maybe doesn't care about your body as much. You're just going, I'll smoke cigarettes, I'll eat meat. The government doesn't know what they're talking about. So that's all like baked into these statistics. But if you actually like just isolate for, it's hard to isolate. These are all correlative studies. So like a person who is eating a healthy diet, who eats meat, probably isn't going to have all these problems. So like when you have comparisons to vegetarians on average are just very health conscious people. So maybe a vegetarian diet isn't necessarily that much healthier. It's just the type of person who chooses a vegetarian diet is making other lifestyle choices. Like they go running, they work out, things like that. This is not a new kitten. This is my sister's kitten. His name's Arnie, though.
And he was just in the litter box, and I picked him up, and my hands just smell like poop.
Can you recommend a probiotic brand dose used to take Plexus? Yeah, Plexus is a multi-level marketing company. I don't really recommend any particular. I don't take one anymore, but like, I don't know. I don't think you want to go too nuts in the like billion CFUs. Maybe like start with 10 billion or something.
Making your pot stickers, Food Prep Sunday. Those are so good.
The pot stickers?
Yeah, remember?
Those are good, yeah. People don't like their governments thinking they have the right to tell them what to do.
That was a very wordy sentence. Some people have to be vegetarian because they're allergic to meat, like my husband.
Is that true?
It is a rare thing, but some people are allergic to
meat?
Yeah, like the meat proteins. It's a tough life.
Scared of shirataki noodles.
Why?
It's rightfully so. You really have to take some steps to make them taste good. You got to dry them out.
Skinny keto runner would like to build some muscle. Don't like gyms. Can you recommend weights for home?
I guess like kettlebell is probably your best bet. Because you just have to buy a couple of them and you can do a lot of different workouts. Otherwise, like a barbell would probably be a bigger investment, but you need some space for that. I would just try getting some kettlebells and figuring out how to do those workouts. What is the verdict on nuts? Some say good and others say they are horrible. I've been snacking on mixed nuts for a while. So I would say that's kind of the problem. It's like a transition. You're a person who's snacking on a high carb diet. Then you start doing keto and you're switching the foods out, but all these habits are the same. Like you just want to be snacking all the time. And when you switch from like tortilla chips to nuts, that's a huge increase in calories. So that's probably gonna, if you're trying to lose weight, that's gonna be a problem. But as far as like if you can control them, you can have them in moderation, they're fine.
Do you guys like watercress? We never have it.
No. It's like doesn't taste that
I like
good.
it in Kung Pao chicken. Isn't that what's in Kung Pao chicken?
Probably.
I made spaghetti with shirataki. It is awesome. I've done that too, and it really just like fulfills that pasta craving.
Kelp noodles are pretty good. We've tried them a couple times. I think they'd be really good if you do like a cold Asian salad, like a seaweed salad type of thing.
What's in store for 2018? Any big moves? Yeah, we got a lot of things we are working on. I mean, our cookbook's coming out, which you guys know about, which is huge, like mid-year. But a lot of other things. Nothing we can really talk on because we find that we give too much information too quickly, and then we're like, oh, it's still whiles out. So
yeah,
you guys will definitely be involved.
What is the best way to track meat with bones like chicken thighs? There are so many inconsistencies on MyFitnessPal, it's hard. Yeah, it is pretty hard. You can go to the USDA or you can search like chicken thighs, USDA nutrition. That should give you pretty accurate. I kind of just like skim through MyFitnessPal and see which, like, you know, on aggregate, I kind of can get an idea of what it should be, and then I just pick one that kind of meets that. I'm a vegetarian. What do you think?
Good for you. I mean, everyone has a different way of life.
What's the longest fast you've done? What did you consume during it?
We did a 96-hour fast. We did black coffee, water, and then on the third day, I implemented some bone broth because I was feeling pretty weak, and then that was it. Matt just did coffee and water.
I think I had bone broth on day 4. I would recommend against bone broth, though. Keto cured your hamstring tear? That doesn't sound right to me, but maybe that happened.
I mean, if that pushes you to keep doing it.
Have you guys thought about making recipes for an Instant Pot?
Yeah, we're working on that. It takes so long to do the recipes, and you can only do like one a day.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I didn't really think about that going in, but you can only do one recipe per day, so it's going to take like a long time to make a cookbook out of it.
Do you eat organic eggs? We do. They're pastured.
Pastured, yeah.
I always say pasteurized.
Been doing keto for 2 weeks and my dark under eye circles are gone.
That's great.
Any recommendations on chips? Trader Joe's parsnip chips was my go-to, but always knocked me out of ketosis.
Chips.
I would say the best bet is just to try getting on without them, but the best is probably like pork rinds.
Pork rinds, jicama.
Or you can get like Quest protein chips or things like that.
Yeah, you get the low-carb tortillas and cut them up and like bake them. Your mug cake mixed with keto powdered MCT. Can we use any powdered MCT or do we need to use a brand?
No, pretty much any brand works.
Is stevia okay? Yeah, it's okay.
Can you make suggestions about how to order keto-friendly in fast food restaurants?
Bunless burgers or lettuce wrap burgers, bacon, cheese. on
Yeah.
top. You can, and fast food, so like Jimmy John's has unwitches, KFC has grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A has grilled nuggets.
Like breakfast places have omelets and stuff.
McDonald's has like a bacon, egg, and cheese. You can just get no
Pretty much
bun.
most things with no bun.
Yeah. Stop.
What do you guys think of xylitol as sweetener? I feel it brings my cravings on. Yeah, we did a sweetener video on that. Xylitol has a pretty decent effect on your blood glucose. I wouldn't use it, especially if you're using it in high amounts. I would rather use erythritol.
Same. Waiting for a neutropenic video.
How long and for what temperature do you cook the cookies and cream isopure fat treats for? Are you talking about those fat bombs? Just
on
on
our
low,
site.
just on low heat until it melts. But yeah, it's on our site. Good evening, Keto. Christina had some really good things to say about y'all research on sweeteners. Yeah, she sent us that video via email, and I shared it on our Facebook and stuff. That was a good video. She actually emailed us and asked us for the graph and everything. Have you guys done round 2 of Bod Pod? We're gonna get one. She just scheduled it, didn't you?
Yeah, January, beginning of January.
Beginning of January. Do you guys use lard?
We have. We don't really have it though, but it is good for like frying up things. It's a good option. We use coconut oil though.
Is the keto delivery box worth the money for poor people?
No.
If you're really poor, you probably don't want to be buying these like high dollar,
Snacky.
low calorie snacks. Like you just want to be buying meat, maybe some veggies, butter, things like that. Just buy the basics. Any recommendations for a bomb birthday treat for my keto pal?
Our gingerbread cake with cream cheese frosting. You could leave out like the spices or do different ones. You can add nuts. You could do our brownies.
We have a bunch of cookies. The best cake on our website is probably the olive oil cake.
Yeah. But it's not very like a birthday
It's not really
cake.
birthday cakey. I had to quit vaping because the vegetable glycerin was spiking my insulin.
That's
Just
good.
a FYI.
Good for you. You stopped.
Are you sure it's the vegetable glycerin?
Or just the Doritos.
It could be like the nicotine too, maybe. If you're really, is there nicotine? There's nicotine in the vape stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going super hard with nicotine, I imagine that could maybe have a little bit of an impact. Do you think sorbitol is a good alternative sweetener? Not the best. I actually don't know how bad it would impact you. We haven't tested that one or anything. But I mean, like, I don't see there being too much of a reason to really stray from like erythritol, stevia, and then if you want monk fruit. Like those
yeah.
three, you can do anything you want with those. I don't see why you would need to stray from any of those. Only 3 milligram nicotine. Okay. How many MCTs are in coconut oil compared to MCT oil?
It's like 60% MCTs, isn't it?
It's 60% MCTs, but it's not like the same type of MCTs. It's C12, lauric acid,
Yeah.
I think it is. Where MCT oil is C8 and C10. So you're going to get a very different effect from the two.
The end of the 4K challenge is leaving me empty. What is the next blog challenge? Need more slow-mo, Mega.
Beginning of the year, we're going to do some stuff, but we really just need to recharge after that.
Yeah, and like get back to like our recipes on our blog. We've kind of been neglecting them.
Recipes pay the bills, guys.
Yeah, not dumb challenges.
That's true. How often should you test blood ketones? If it's something you want to test, it just depends on like how much you want to check in on yourself, see what is affecting you. You don't ever have to test.
Is it Mega or Megna? It's Mega.
Ever experience increased fasting glucose levels on keto? I mean, some days it'll be higher than others, but not like a
I've never had that
drastic
issue.
increase. Are your back dimples gone yet? I don't think so. I haven't had her check on them recently, though.
I'm sure they are.
I don't think sorbitol is as bad as maltitol. It does have, I'm pretty sure it has a 0 glycemic index. But you can go to this, if you search for artificial sweetener glycemic index. The first result will be this really good site that tells you everything about all the sweeteners. Just check that out. Does YouTube pay your bills? No.
Nope. How do you break a plateau? I've been at 160 for months. Did you say months? For 1 month. Oh, 1 month, it seems pretty normal for a plateau for after speaking to a lot of people. And just I think your body is kind of wants to stay where it's at. So
and 160s, I would imagine that's pretty close to her. Like 160, you can't be that overweight, right? So when you get closer to your goal weight, it's going to get harder and harder.
Where are you heading to Michigan? Will you be vlogging there? We're going to Dearborn, which is where Matt's from. Will we be vlogging?
Will we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We haven't really discussed that yet.
We'll see.
We go everywhere and we vlog everywhere, but it's going to be his family, and he's not. I don't know if they're going to be comfortable with that.
Yeah, they won't be comfortable with us actually filming them or around them. Is keto as effective if I'm eating keto-friendly 3 or 4 days a week on and off? No, it's not as effective as if you're doing keto full-time. And if you're doing that, I mean, you're rarely even going to be in ketosis. So, if you're actually wanting to do that, I would put less precedence on even doing days of keto and just, generally doing low carb.
Yeah.
Because in the 3 to 4 days, you're not going to actually get in ketosis for any meaningful time. So just eat what, makes you feel good. Does YouTube demonetize your videos because they're about keto? I know a few of the YouTubers have complained about it.
I don't think it's just keto, though. I think it's everyone.
Okay, so this is what they do, and it's really bad practice, but there's no recourse because YouTube, runs the show.
Yeah.
So I post a video, and it will be monetized for the first 24 hours. No, maybe the first 12 hours. And then they demonetize it without any kind of notification or anything. I don't know. I have to go and look. And then by the time it's racked up most of the views, you get most of the views in the first 48 hours. I'm oh, this video wasn't monetized. So you submit it for review, and they always overturn it. And they're yeah, it's a fine video. But by that time, you already lost all the money.
And they're doing it to everyone.
Yeah.
Been keto for 16 months and enrolled in your meal prep course. Love it.
Woo.
Who would have thought radishes could taste like potatoes? That was our thinking. Meal prep rocks my world. Thank you and congrats. It's nice to see that bulk meal prepping like that does work for a lot of people because it's a very easy way to stay accountable and manage your intake.
What do you think about avocado oil versus olive oil? I don't really have much thoughts. I don't love either of them. I'd rather have butter, animal fat, but I think I don't really have much thoughts on them. Most of the olive oil you buy in the grocery store is going to be not that great of quality, right? It's going to be
Yeah. Mom, I don't know, I said mom. Matt's aunt got us this dope ass olive oil from Greece.
What veggies do you guys usually use on a daily, and in what quantities? Also, what are the macro percentages you guys follow? So macro percentages are going to be different for everyone, mainly based on how overweight or adequate weight you are. So being closer to a normal weight, I'll be higher in protein compared to fat.
Mm-hmm.
But I do I like to do 80% fat. I skew on the high end.
Yeah.
And then, what was the, veggies. I don't eat that many veggies. I'll eat a little asparagus, a little broccoli occasionally, maybe some mushrooms.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing lately.
Maybe an avocado every once in a while. What fat percentage do you shoot for?
I can't do math in my head, but I guess probably around the same. Some days though, today we just had ribs, which aren't that fatty, so I'm on the higher protein side, but most of the time I'm 80% fat.
Matt, recommended protein macros for keto bodybuilders. This is a big point of contention. There's 2 schools of thoughts on this. I think I side more with you don't need to increase your protein at all when you're doing bodybuilding. Just keep it the same. If you notice, I think you'll have more energy that way. And but if you notice, I don't know, you're not building muscle as fast enough, you can try higher protein. What are the chances y'all having Fat Fueled Family on your super awesome podcast?
We had DNA
We just
today.
had him today.
So yeah, he is on our podcast. Thank you. I just painted them black. Someone said I love your nails, Mega.
When you guys eat zero carb or all meat diet, do you feel low energy? No, you actually feel, in my experience, higher energy.
Like when it's been a couple days and we feel like low energy, we'll just be like out of the gym. We'll be like, we're eating a steak today. We gotta like just revamp everything. So.
Are you gonna do the carnivore diet and vlog it? We have a series of 5 vlogs on that, and we have a few other days of eating on that. We can do more soon.
Yeah.
Because that's like the way we typically eat. Maybe we throw in a little bit of vegetables, but
we just did so many vlogs lately.
Yeah, so the next vlog we do will probably be kind of like that.
Does Danny Vega have a podcast? Yes, and we are going to be on it tomorrow. But it's Keto Evangelist podcast, right? It's just not Danny Vega.
Keto Evangelist athlete or something.
Are you experiencing more hunger after your 4K challenge?
No increase whatsoever. The 2 days following, I was like barely hungry at all. I couldn't even eat.
Yeah, he was like way low in calories.
Do you have specific body fat percentage, body composition goals you are working towards?
Yeah, but I don't know like if they're realistic, right? Because I don't really fully understand how, like, so if I'm at 33% and I want to be 20, that's going to be very, very skinny. Mm-hmm. So is that realistic? I don't know. Like I really want to just look good and feel good.
It's realistic, but you have to work on like the building of muscle mass.
Right. So yeah, I guess we have those goals. Come January, I'll have it more specific. Do you have goals?
Not really. Just generally working towards more muscle, less fat, basically.
You in for the 1K push-ups in the 1-day challenge sometime soon?
I don't even think I can do that. I think if I max out, I can do, like 35 or 40 or something?
1K? What is it for? Like, what's the purpose?
That's crazy. That would be really tough to do.
Did you guys decide to do keto after dating? Also, what was the main reason behind you doing keto? Yeah, we started keto like 3-4 months into our dating. Matt saw that sugar film and just the realization of like how much sugar we're consuming and how...
Thought we give it a try.
Yeah, that was it. Have you noticed strength gain after the 4K challenge?
No, not really. Slight increase in strength, I guess.
Are press-ups good to tone up?
I don't know what press-ups are.
I mean, like that?
Military press? Is there a way to check electrolytes? Notice parts of me jumping. How am I not doing anything wrong? There's no real way to check electrolytes, like with a test or anything, but...
ensuring you're just getting enough.
Yeah, I guess sometimes I'll like pinch myself, and this is a test for dehydration if your skin doesn't like bounce right back down. But that's like when I'm at a concert and stuff and I'm just like doing a wellness check. Why do you dress like 12-year-olds? That's a good question. You know, I think about that a lot. I'm like...
Wait, why? What do you mean?
We just wear t-shirts and sweatpants all day.
That's a 12-year-old's outfit?
No, I guess most 12-year-olds actually dress better than us.
Yeah, they wear like jeans and sneakers. I wear flip-flops.
We're not wearing light-up shoes.
Yeah, we're not like... What are those, the ski shoes?
Like
what are
those
around?
Called? I can't remember what those are called.
Yeah,
Heelys.
Yeah, we're not heeling around, guys.
Any donut recipes? Yeah, we got a few donut. We have one donut and then a couple donut hole things. Yeah,
our Cinnabon donut holes are bomb.
First holiday season on keto, loved fruitcake.
Ew. Who likes fruitcake?
I kind of like it too. I can see where she's coming from. Yeah, you're not going to be able to have fruitcake.
So it's cake with like fake fruit in it, right? Fruit jellies?
No, I think it's fruit jellies.
Like the kind they sell
and like nuts.
Yeah. You can do a fruitcake with like just berries.
Yeah, I don't know if you could really pull that off. What's your advice for not waking up in the middle of the night for no reason?
Maybe like try, when we talked, if you heard our Stephanie Person podcast, she talked about hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, especially if you're cutting like your window off early in terms of eating.
Yeah.
So maybe like a little fat and protein right before bed. It's like a spoon of coconut oil and like maybe, a piece of chicken or something could get you through the night.
Try that. You can also just try winding down better. You can try magnesium before bed too.
Forget that guy. Matt's t-shirt game is fire.
Thank you.
My t-shirt game is just the same shirt over and over.
I was bummed to see another keto YouTuber be so aggressive with you, too. I always thought the keto community was so positive. It's pretty positive.
We are positive for the most part.
Yeah.
Opinions are A-okay.
Just tuned in. Could you give me a rundown on having some carb treat meals or snacks over Christmas on keto? Can you have a few non-keto meals and still be okay if you continue keto? Yeah, so every bit counts. What we get, like everyone gets in the mindset of all or nothing. So like if I'm going to Christmas, the moment I have that first cookie, you know, that's it. I'm going all out.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, yeah, if you want to keep it reasonable, have a cookie or two or something, or you can just not do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to have much of anything, but everything counts. So like, when you eat carbs, like your glycogen and your liver glycogen, muscle glycogen all gets restored. So you just have to burn back through that before you're back into ketosis. So the less, the better.
But making it sustainable is also very important. And so if the holidays are a big deal with your family and you have something, don't feel bad.
Yeah. Would drinking iced coffee at 7 p.m. keep me up late? Okay, so this is something I'm actually very passionate about, is the coffee at night, guys. You gotta not do that. We get so many messages. Mega had a coffee at 3 p.m. one day, and she was like, who's in the late coffee club? And everyone's like, I drink coffee at 10 p.m. I don't even feel the coffee. That's not a good thing. Like, just 'cause, if you're not feeling coffee, that's not a place you really want to be at. I would recommend having like a coffee curfew. Like, start at like 4 p.m. at least and try getting it down to noon. You'll sleep so much better. I don't even drink coffee past 10 a.m. now. I've really scaled it back.
One Sour Patch Kid sent me on a week-long binge. Oh, I guess that does happen. Yeah, that's like what I said earlier. You really have to know yourself. If it's something you can handle, then cool. If it's something you can't, then just be honest and don't do it.
If you ever gave up keto, and what style of eating would you choose? I guess it would have to be some kind of variation on it, like low carb, but like a paleo-ish type of thing.
I would probably do like a low carb paleo. Like no honeys or like all those crazy bars that fit into a paleo diet. But like, yeah, the slow digestion carbs, a lot more meat.
What are your go-to nuts for snacking?
I don't do tree nuts. I'm allergic to them.
Yeah, I like, I try to not do
Macadamia.
nuts that much. I do macadamia nuts, some
Pili
nuts. I'll do like Brazil nuts because they have good selenium in them, which is kind of tough to get on a keto diet.
What are your top 3 recipes?
Did you try Thomas DeLauer keto coffee? What's his keto coffee recipe? Top 3? What are yours?
I guess, I don't know. It's so hard.
It's hard to name our top recipes.
Butter chicken, chewy chocolate chip, coconut flour cookies, and protein cake.
Chicken crust pizza. Hello from Ecuador.
What do you eat for crunch cravings? What?
Crunch cravings. I've never heard that term before.
Vegetables are good for that. You can do pork rinds.
Pork rinds.
Cracklins. Crunch cravings. You could like harden up like fat bombs. No, that's not crunchy, right? But they're hard.
Not really. Nuts are crunchy.
Nuts, yeah.
Do you have any recipes using powdered MCT oil? Yeah, we have a mug cake recipe. And I'm working on a homemade meal replacement. I don't know. Is that something that interests you?
Always working on something, you guys?
Yeah. Is that something that interests you, like a homemade meal replacement where you just kind of combine a few different powders, maybe some electrolytes, and you have a pre-made meal replacement? Dr. Berg said, nuts stops your ketosis fast. He did not say that, first off, and they don't. I mean, certain ones will, like if you have like 3 ounces of cashews, maybe.
Had a gingerbread baking decorating party, and Matt just moves the comment.
Wait, where?
With friends yesterday, and was glad to be able to keep it completely keto with your eggnog and some keto gingerbread. Not even a bite of the other.
That was actually surprising to me. A lot of people have been making the eggnog.
Yeah, I was surprised to get that as a really big request because I've never had eggnog in my life, and I was like, why do you want this?
No, I love eggnog, but it's never something I would think to make myself. Or I can just go without it, but it is really good. And if any of you guys have made it, let us know what you think. Yes, send me the video where he says it, sure.
Have you tried making almond flour? Hard to get it where I'm from.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to make. Just blend almonds.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends. Like, if you want to remove the skins, because we get blanched, which is no skins.
You probably don't want to remove the skins, though, because you can't.
Then you'll have almond meal.
Will you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But almond meal is a viable option. It is very different from all blanched, like, finely ground almond flour.
I should do the carnivore diet for Dr. Baker's January challenge. Yeah, I would do that. It's just too much of a commitment. 30 days of vlogs.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a new contingent I've been noticing. There's a new police task force in town. You know, there's the keto police. The vegetable police are actually really making a rise to the top. I've noticed it lately.
Like, you need them or you don't need them?
Yeah, like if you don't eat vegetables in a day, they're calling you out.
Get out of my face.
Hello from Lake Superior. Lots of snow. I went to college right on Lake Superior.
What's your favorite pizza crust? Cauliflower, almond, coconut flour, cheese. Ooh. I like the coconut flour. Hi.
Michelle's home.
Hey guys.
We're just going to
We
call
should wrap
this
it
in a
up.
minute.
It's 40 minutes.
We should.
I did the carnivore diet for 1 week and did not feel good. Would be doing it again. Won't be doing it again. Yeah, that's how I felt the first time too. And
well, if you
then
only
I did
give
it
it
again.
a week, if you only give it a week, you're not going to be able to like, yeah.
Get the results.
I didn't go to Northern Michigan. I went to Michigan Tech.
All right, guys.
We're out of here.
We love you. Thanks for joining us.
Every Sunday.
Tuesday. Every day. 9 at 9.
Yeah, the new thing we're doing is on Instagram. If you follow us, 9 minutes of live at 9 a.m.
Go check it out.
365.
Definitely check it out.
See ya.